Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome to a new episode of the NBA 2K MyLeague BXB League series. Of course, today we're playing against the New York Knicks with LeBron James, Pascal Siakam, and Andre Drummond. Of course, they also have Nikola Vucevic. We did the fantasy draft. If you missed that, go over and watch the first video of the channel. Big shout out to all of you as well, because I got a lot of likes on that video. The most viewed video on my channel as well, so I'm very grateful. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to like the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel. So we're gonna hop into the game against New York. Also, there's no in-game sound, so you won't hear the actual game because I was in the party with the guys and a lot of other stuff being talked. So that's why you won't hear the in-game sounds. I will just put background music in this video. It was a very close first quarter with LeBron James and Jalen Suggs, of course, dominating the game. The rookie Jalen Suggs doing good things, and Andre Drummond also supporting them in his role, the role he had for the New York Knicks. And Vucevic grabbing a lot of rebounds for that team. But of course, we have John Wall on our side. He's been an excellent player this season. I think maybe he's going to be MVP. We're going to look at the league leaders after all the games. Also, we had Terry Rozier and Rajon Rondo very much involved in this game. So it was a close game in the first quarter, the second quarter as well. I think the third quarter was even a tie. It was 35-35 in the third quarter, and in the last quarter, New York Knicks won. But we do end up winning this game with a margin of 7 points. John Wall has 61 points in this game. It's a lot, and he has 10 assists, so that's a double-double for him. And Jusuf Nurkic also has a double-double with 12 points and 10 assists. LeBron James did end up racking up 33 points for New York Knicks. He had 7 steals, which is also crazy, and Jalen Suggs had 23 points. So it was a good balanced game. We did win. It was not a blowout, as you might expect me winning most of the CPU games. So it was a nice change of pace to not win a game by a blowout. So the second game of this episode is against the Memphis Grizzlies. They got rebranded now that they have a new GM in the league. They are now known as the Amsterdam Snipers. They got Devin Booker in their team. They got Tobias Harris and one guy that we want to trade, shoot John Wall, leave our team. We're gonna try to get Markelle Fultz into our team. So let's hop into the game against Memphis Grizzlies. This game was not as tough as the New York Knicks game because, you know, even though Devin Booker is a serious player in 2K, he's not as dominant as LeBron James. Devin Booker ends up dropping 45 points upon us, and Bridges has 15 points, and the other guys, you know, just respectful scores, nothing crazy to be honest. And for our squad, John Wall had 14 points, Rajon Rondo 26, Jaylen Brown 23, and Steven Adams had a double-double with 10 points and 11 rebounds. And also, John Wall and Rajon Rondo also had a double-double. John Wall with 40 points and 11 rebounds. 11 assists. And Rajon Rondo 26 points and 10 assists. So the game against the Memphis Grizzlies started off very rusty. We only had a 4-point lead in the first quarter, but we did expand upon that lead, keep on expanding. So it was an easy W for us, even though Devin Booker dropped 45 points. So now it's rebranded to Amsterdam Snipers. But we do end up winning against this team regardless in the second game of this episode. So Nikola Jokic is a great center, and he plays for the Denver Nuggets. And it's the third team we're facing in this episode. If you're still watching, make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. In the last game of this episode, we're gonna play against the user. It's the Buena Vista Blazers with RMB Gaming being the GM. So make sure to like the video, and we're gonna hop into the game against the Denver Nuggets. So besides Jokic, they also got Gilgeous-Alexander in their team. He can also be a great asset for our team, but we're gonna see what happens in the offseason. Maybe we can get a good draft pick, or we can trade to get Gilgeous-Alexander. So in this game, in the first quarter, we blew them out. It was a 22-point lead already, 35-13 is what the lead was. In the second quarter, they stabilized a little bit, so the score of the second quarter was 28-26, but they could never ever recover from that lead, from that deficit they had in the first quarter and the second quarter, of course. So Jokic, he drops 28 points, has 9 rebounds. It's not that high for player his caliber, but we did well. Also credit to our guys, you know. He had 28 points, 9 rebounds, and Kyle Anderson had 13 points and 5 rebounds. Gilgeous-Alexander was very disappointing this game. He only had 4 points, but for our team, of course, John Wall stepped up like he always does. 41 points, 6 assists. Rajon Rondo pulling up with 25 points, and Jaylen Brown 17 points. Also, big shout out to Jusuf Nurkic with 13 rebounds. So we do end up winning this game against the Denver Nuggets, 125 against 71. So our streak continues, and we got 3 more games in this episode. So I hope we can keep this streak alive. Also, because we're playing against the user, and playing against the user is a bit more difficult than playing against the AI. So make sure to keep watching, and we got the next game coming up. So before the user match, we had 2 more games. One against the Utah Jazz and Kevin Durant. He only scored 18 points. Dinwiddie was the better player in that game. He scored 24 points, and Capella had a double-double with 14 points and 15 assists for the Utah Jazz. And of course, in our team, John Wall, 59 points, 9 assists. And yeah, he was the only notable player on our squad. And we also played against the Phoenix Suns with Luka Doncic and Sabonis. And Luka Doncic, in that match, he scored about 44 points, which is pretty nice. And Jalen Green scored 18 points as well. And for our squad, of course, this time it was not John Wall who was the leading scorer. It was Jay Crowder with 29 points and 7 rebounds. But John Wall had 16 assists upon his 25 points. So he did play a big part in that game. And now we're gonna go into the user match. So we're facing RMB Gaming. He is a very tough opponent. I've played against him multiple times. I've played with him multiple times as well on 2K. And he has a very good team with Zach LaVine, Andrew Wiggins. He has Lonzo Ball, but he also has Robert Williams III, the Time Lord, playing at center. So he's a very good player. And if he keeps his concentration for 48 in-game minutes, he's gonna be a problem for a lot of players. So a key thing we gotta consider is we're playing against the user. So playing against a user means that John Wall is not gonna be as effective as he would have been playing against the AI, because he's very easy to defend. He doesn't have a good 3-pointer. He's a good slasher. It works against the AI, but user games are different, and we gotta watch the Zach LaVine. If we can neutralize Zach LaVine, then the game is ours. So it's gonna be a tough game. Make sure to like the video if you're still watching, by the way. I know I've said it before. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. You know, it helps the channel grow, and I really appreciate every single person watching. If you don't subscribe, it means it might be the last time you hear my voice. So as you can see, RMB starts off with a great dunk. I think it was Wiggins, so he is very aggressive in the paint. He just attacks the basket. So he is up to a 2-0 lead against us. And we respond with a beautiful 3-point play by Jaylen Brown as we open up the share play for the guys so they can watch the game as well, because they were very excited about this match and wanted to see the game. And we changed some defensive settings, you know, to give us more of an edge to win the game. Very nice move by Zach LaVine, and he makes the shot. So it's now 5-5. So none of us can really create a gap in the game, and here comes John Wall cutting inside. Should have been a dunk. Quite lucky it went in still. I know he's furious about this play, but I'm happy it went in. And the first quarter, you know, it's just so tense, and eventually the first quarter ends in a 30-24 lead for us. So we have a 6-point gap, but it's a user game. As I said before, it's very difficult to maintain the lead, you know, rotation, bench players and all that. So yeah, let's hope we can continue with this form we have in the first quarter. So we got a decent lead right here. RMB Gaming tries a contested layup. It doesn't go in. He gets the rebound, gets an even better shot with Zach LaVine, and it goes in. So we try to expand our lead. John Wall cuts inside, waits for Robert Williams to jump, and then easy layup. The release was lucky though. Alright, so we're gonna fast forward to the last quarter of the game. As you can see, the lead is very tight. It's 111-109. Andrew Wiggins cuts inside, good contest. I think it is Jaylen Brown. Another contest by Nurkic, gets the foul. So Robert Williams, he has a free throw. He makes the first one. We only have a 1-point lead at this point. He misses the second one. We get the rebound. I sub Tony Snell in, or Prince as well. because I thought, you know, he's gonna make the free throws. He has good free throw rating, so that's why I subbed it in. So the first free throw, mistimed it completely, so it's still 1-point game. And then the second free throw, we're waiting and it goes in, so it's a 2-point game. He calls for a timeout, and I'm thinking, shall I put players on that are defensively good? Shall I put players on that can make free throws? So as we have the timeout, we're waiting for the thing to pop up, and we're thinking, as you can see right here, I'm thinking, you know, we got free throw, but we also got defense. So what are we gonna pick? So in my opinion, I think free throw is a better one, because if he misses, we gotta make the free throws, so we get the so we can expand the lead, be more safe. So it's a very, very, you know, exciting final part of the match. There were people in the party, you know, they were also looking at this game. As he passes the ball inside right here, I tipped it, I thought it was a steal, but he still has the ball. So a lot of tension on this guy as well. RMB Gaming, you know, follow him on Twitch as well. Follow him on Twitch. Sorry, I almost mispronounced it. He's a good streamer. And there he goes with Zach LaVine. Good defense right there by Terrence Ross. Gets picked up by John Wall, and then he cuts inside, makes a weird animation. Good contest, and we get the rebound, man. That's how we win the game. Very happy with this victory over RMB Gaming, man. It was a very good game, man. Very stream worthy, very worthy of watching on YouTube as well. Zach LaVine at 39 points. Robert Williams 26 rebounds, which is very, very nice for such a young player. And we had 23 with John Wall, not as much as we would have against CPU, but Steven Adams also grabbing a lot of rebounds. I'm gonna show you the league standings and the league leaders. So in the league table, the standings, we're leading as for now in the Eastern Conference with 14-0. Unfortunately for the Colorado Buffaloes, they lost against Gouda Gunners, the team we played against in one of the previous episodes. It was a very good game from that user. So the Colorado Buffaloes are not unbeaten anymore. We are the league leader in the Eastern Conference. There's a lot of good teams on this side, so don't think because I'm unbeaten that I'm the best team. A lot of players do not play the CPU games as seriously as I do. So in the playoff run, we will get to see their true colors, their real face, their real form. So, and in the Western Conference, of course, Southside Prinsenplein 24 is 13-1. That one loss he had was a simulated match because he and the other user could not find a suitable date for them to play the game. And of course, there's also the Las Vegas Grinders 12-0, my bad. Also unbeaten, very, very good players. I think the Prinsenplein 24 and Las Vegas Grinders are one of the favorites to take the Western Conference, and I'm gonna fight for the Eastern Conference, man. Let's hope that we, because if you're watching this video, I hope you support my team as well, that we can win the Eastern Conference. And let's look at the league leaders, who is scoring a lot of points, who has a lot of assists. Let's go to that table. So in terms of points per game, Jamal Murray is leading the lead with 42 points per game. John Wall is in a second place with 38 points per game. You can also see big players like LeBron James in the list. You know, Paul George that we play against, that guy was very good as well. Dame Lillard is there. So a lot of guys scoring a lot of points, and I think John Wall is also very high on the assist ranking, the assist table. Let's take a look at that. Yes, John Wall is third place, my bad. Third place on the assist table, as LeBron James is second. So that's it for the league leaders. If there are any other stats, any other things that you guys want to see, want to look at, or things, information about the league, please let me know. I will put also the Discord link in the description. So if you're interested in getting a team, if you're interested in development in the league, please make sure to join the Discord, and make sure to like, make sure to subscribe. I'm out. I love you all. Make sure you have a nice week or a nice weekend whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. I'm out.